I'm gonna hit you with something. I'm gonna hit you with something right here. Commandment number 9. Yeah. All right. I'm in danger. Okay, we were barely into this segment. Trying to remember exactly what we did. We just unlocked a talisman. There's strange characters in the wall decoration. There's a peg for hanging something. I believe we do have a guild called the Church of Skinnedteen, or like the Church of Meat or something. I mean, I've been playing WoW for a pretty long time. I still consider myself a latecomer because I started playing before Cataclysm came out, but no, Ro was trying to drag me into the succubus that is World of Warcraft because they have housing update. They have all the housing shit. And she knows what I like. So, compelling argument, right? Row of candlesticks. We did that already. That might have been what it showed us. The lantern. Lit garden lantern. Squishy Cat, thank you for the 18 months. Welcome back. It's a quandary because I am actually quite happy with Lord of the Rings Online. However, I would definitely sign up for like a month of WoW to try out what's there and get my money's worth for like a month of it. I'm always going to feel the way I feel about the sub, but yeah. Jeez. Where's the music coming from? So to catch everybody up on what's going on, more or less, we came here looking for our brother. He came here looking for his missing tutor and their party. I believe his like tutor or mentor or whatever was here doing research on this kind of old haunted place and the history of it. And they all went missing. And so my brother came here to find them, but he went missing, so I am here. Help, sister. I am stuck in this haunted house. Garden lanterns are lit. I might have already gotten whatever this is. I might have to go back and look at my VOD from yesterday just to see where I was. I was really tired when we got done last night, and I slept in way too late today. Oh. Burned man. Actually, this might or not. I was thinking maybe that would do something for us. Okay. Content. Video producer. Wild Fathom, you hit the 80s. Welcome. Welcome back. The problem with sleeping in is the whole house depends on me, and when I am in bed past 1 in the afternoon, everybody starts to wonder if I died. I don't think I did, no. Sounds like a them problem, not a you problem. I don't like sleeping in past a certain time. I like to be up around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sorry, I'm checking my VOD. What are you talking about? You wonder what your Depression-era grandmother would have thought of the return of grocery and sundries delivery. You're pretty sure she would have condemned fast food delivery, liquor stores delivered post-World War II, so you're sure she wouldn't have disapproved of that part of Grubhub. Dude, it's a time saver. I don't personally get, like, grocery delivery, but I do pick up. Because it's easy. What in the hell was I doing last? Okay, I'm just gonna leave this VOD going while I watch it. While I run around here. Was it the lantern? I think I was in that one Oh, there wasn't anything back there. See, okay, wait a minute. I might have burned that talisman. It's one thing to like say it, but I need to see this because I don't recall for some reason what the last thing I did in the game was. I hear a lot of people say that, and I guess I don't know. I don't have as big of a problem with letting somebody pick out like fruit and vegetables because like with fruit and vegetables, a lot of stuff that they sell you and like there's a whole service that sells cheaper fruit and veg that is what they consider ugly fruit and vegetables. Like stores will often not put out stuff that looks ugly, even though it's still fine. I think they call it Misfits Market. I used to use that all the time. Yeah. No, I get it, Star Shadow. It's a preference thing. I got out of that idea. Meat is another story. I can understand that. But that doesn't bother me too much either. Like I have things I'll go specifically pick up if I do have an issue. But for your basic everything, like weekly re-ups on stuff, I'll just do like a pickup, you know. And the thing that I like about it is that I can see the cart and visualize the cost, and then I don't overspend. Whereas like if I'm in the store, I'll just start throwing shit in the cart. And then you get to the checkout and it's lo and behold way too much. This day and age, I can't do that. Yeah. So I see I burnt one of the talismans. I guess I'm just going to have to walk around until I find it. The other thing I like about pickup is that I'll schedule the delivery for the day before, and then I will spend the rest of the day adding to the cart, like adding to the order things that I might have forgotten. It just works. It just, for me, it just works better. Right. I guess my point though is that they offer the produce cheaper because it is marked for that. So they're able to tap into that market and buy the stuff that is otherwise kind of like quote unquote ugly. Okay. I remember the newer place we were. I do understand that though, because there's been a few times I've had grocery pickup like fruit for me, and they give me like the shittiest strawberries or like bananas that I wouldn't have chosen, but most of the time it doesn't bother me. I'll eat it. Okay, this was the new area. That is true. You didn't have a lot of stuff to just look up. Trav and I were he just showed me this short. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It's incredibly relevant. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I might have to have him send me the short. I will. Oh God, while I'm waiting for that, hold on. This is only, so I do have a card about like YouTube rabbit holes, but we're going to go on a brief one right now just because Echo just sent me this and I need to know. So cute. Oh. Look at that flat-faced fuck. I love him. Oh, the babies are so cute. Oh my God, the stalking. I don't know that they're domesticated. I'm sure somebody has done it. Wait a minute. Go back here. Yes. Oh man, they're so cute, dude. Okay. He sent me the short. Here we go. This is relevant to the conversation we were just having, or that somebody brought up on YouTube.
This makes sense. It says here that a psychologist explained why 90s kids think differently than Gen Z. The games you played as a kid literally rewired your brain. And here is what changed.
Okay.
He said children in the 90s played games that forced the brain to fail and try again. Mario, Sonic, Prince of Persia, you had 3 lives, no saves, no hints. When you lost, you learned patience, planning, and frustration tolerance.
I was just thinking about this while I was playing that Scooby-Doo game because I had 3 lives and I had to work to get a save code.
Today,
Yes, you did.
right? Today, many games guide kids step by step. Auto save every 10 seconds and remove real challenge. Goes on to say that Tetris, Doom, Quake, Zelda, you had no map, no path arrows.
Bro, when I played Zelda for the first time and I played it, the very first time, I'm like, this game's crap. I hate it. And then maybe I cleared all my other games. I put Zelda in and I started playing it. And I was like, and I started playing it.
It's the most fascinating.
And then I broke a wall. I'm like, I broke a wall. And there's something in the wall. And then I used my sword broke a tree and I got like something out of a tree. I started trying to navigate every single inch of that game. And it turned that game into an amazing game for me. Yeah.
So it says you, sir, remembered layouts, patterns, secrets.
Yes.
Scientists now show that these games strengthened the hippocampus, the part of the brain for memory and navigation. Modern games often give glowing lines, GPS arrows, voice assistance. Kids follow instruction instead of figuring it out. Right?
Boring.
You think games today are harder than they were in the 90s?
You had to stop
And I'm curious about why this is a bad take
you failed.
from Rataba. I'm curious why you think this is a bad
Today's
take.
games are endless. Fortnite, Roblox, what's this? Genshin, Minecraft, built to keep attention forever. He said this
I think this is the point that he's about to say.
trains a different circuit. Instead of finishing tasks, kids get addicted to constant stimulation. One parent said, and this is good, my son never knows when to stop. The game ends him. He doesn't end the game.
Wow.
That never happened with Sega or PlayStation 1.
I'm curious, but I am curious as to why some think that that's not a good take. No, you didn't say it was a bad take. Rataba said it was a bad take. But I'm curious as to why that you said that games are tougher now than they were in the 90s. I don't think I agree with that at all. There are some games that are hard, yeah, but like you remember finding out Japanese versions of older games were way easier because they had no rental system over there? It's way too general. There's more games today. In the 90s, you still have plenty to cover that area. I don't think that makes it a bad take. I think you have to think about it. You said it's general, so dumb it down to a general sense. Objectively, most of the games that kids are playing, I think, are probably fall in line with that take, you know? Play Sekiro. Play Ninja Gaiden on the NES. What happened to your internet, Enigma? I need to know. Resident Evil 1 is a good example of games being harder in the West due to rental shops. They removed the auto aim and gave you less ink ribbons to save. Yeah, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. Play that game. That game is fucking impossible. I'm not saying games aren't hard today. I'm just saying I think even though there's more games and a lot to cover that market, you got to go looking for them. If you tried to put it in a ratio sense, I think most of the games back then, because there was less of them, were harder. LOL, CSGO, and a bunch of other games are super popular, and you wouldn't say they follow what they're saying. They're following exactly what they're saying because they're designed to keep people engaged versus challenged their brain. That's exactly what the video is saying. The idiot stripped the fiber optics thinking it was copper and your net has been... Jesus Christ, what? No. Oh, that's horrible, dude. No. Sekiro versus Battletoads. Dude, Battletoads was so hard. Come here, Carl. I know you want some food. You wait a half an hour, okay? Wait for half an hour. You went out at it went out at 1:30 and was out until about 4 p.m. and it's been in and out. Jesus Christ, that sucks so much. Ours has been good, but we've been really, really, really nervous because the competitors that we wanted... Oh, you had a sponsorship today. No. The competitors we wanted to go with are all finally running fiber in the area, so we've been really nervous they're going to knock ours out somehow. Am I participating in a cheap movie or playing a game? Oh, you're talking about the conversation we were having about the thing, yeah. Oh my God, no! You were watching my channel when it went out. No! I knew you were here and then you were suspiciously missing and I figured you were just on lurk or something. Or like doing your own thing. A mask with stakes in it appears on the pillar next to the door. A place for hanging something. I wonder if it's a device for opening the gate. Okay. I think the argument being made in the video was that older games, the bulk of older games had a different design approach. And now the bulk of newer games, older games were designed in a certain way, but inherently they challenged your brain in a different way. And it's not that those types of games don't still exist, but the more popular, prevalent type of gaming is gaming as a service meant to keep you engaged and have you pay money. They want your attention. It's an attention economy. It's not necessarily doing anything for your brain. Yeah, that's the argument. So I don't think it's a bad take. We can agree to disagree on that, but I don't think that's a bad take. You watched a video today of someone turning off the mini-map and navigation pip in Cyberpunk and having a better time. Oh my God, that sounds fun. I can't imagine navigating Night City without a map, but it sounds great. That reminds me. I need to make sure Cyberpunk's on the Chaos Knight compiler, because apparently they have they have a crowd control for it now. It makes you wonder the psychological difference between games being played entirely single player or couch co-op and online multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, the only way the take I think is flawed is that there are so many different types of games now that it's not false to say that market's covered. There are still games that make you think, make you have to think in certain ways. But the fact that that's not the norm, what is the point? Okay, so were we actually looking for the lantern? We're looking for a mask. I pushed the door, but the door, it seems to be locked from the other side. I don't know if I would blame Game Genie for that change. And I also don't think it's an inherent negative to be able to offer a more casual experience to a game, I guess. But I do think it's interesting to note that older games did challenge your brain more than some newer games. Not all. I'm still thinking about the tragedy of the fiber internet. I'm upset about it. 4 dolls. Stand by the drawer. The drawer seems to be locked. I feel like if anything, you could pin it on like wherever the start of, it's like 3 things. It's like mobile gaming as a service, and like loot boxes. Those things, this trifecta of stuff came along, and somebody, you could put on your conspiracy hat even and say somebody in some recent files suggested that keeping kids engaged in that level trained them in a different way. I blame Bethesda for my failed marriage. Me too. I blame Bethesda for your failed marriage too. You think it's generally good that disabled people can play a lot of games? I do. I think that's good too. I don't necessarily think it's an inherent negative for things to be more accessible and for there to be more of those options, and for things for an ease of access to exist. So the take is, it's not like it is a broad stroke, but I don't think it's incorrect. Days to fix. Oh my God. Everything fixed? Dude, I hope it is. Is there a... Hang on, let's go back to the Shinto shrine. There's... The only lanterns I recall ever seeing were those ones out there. I don't mind taking a gentle nudge. I think that this lantern photo was the last one that I took. Lit garden lantern. Was I a part of the motion control era for video games? I did have a Wii and a Wii U. I didn't have a Kinect. I think that the appropriate devil's advocate for that article too, or the take would be the thing about the accessibility, and that sometimes the bullshit challenges some of these older games had were too much. Like a save point shit. Yeah, some of those were too unforgiving. They did teach you a lesson. They did force you to think in a different way. But sometimes I wonder if the lesson was necessary to be learned. Yeah, limited capabilities, true. What's up, drummer? Oh, there's nothing here. That's also true. They were designed for an arcade market, which is sort of the same as a loot box. They were just trying to eat your quarters. Carl, could you not? What do you mean, could you not? Oh my God, go up the stairs. Go up the damn stairs. Mother, I simply cannot. Well, the rental market pivoted too into like this Netflix model. Remember, what was it called? Gamefly? I never used that. I love that this entire thing came from a guy on YouTube who said, in the PS2 era, only strategy guides were available. There was no internet access, which made me think of that short that Trav just showed me. Yes. Prepping for the remake of 2. I was going to go through the whole series. I've never played 3, and I've never played Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. So I kind of wanted to go through the whole series. But it's been almost 10 years since I played this, so I can't remember. I am no expert. I'm just here to geek out about the lore. Yeah, that would be great. I would love a remake of this, even though Fatal Frame is interesting. I find it's one of the older games that holds up so extremely well. Not just necessarily in the gameplay, but like the atmosphere it's trying to convey. It's still one of the creepiest games, both of them, you know. God damn it. I might need to break so I can go feed Carl because he is kind of freaking out right now. Bury the rope maiden's spirit. Place the 5 Buddhas with her damaged limbs. We did that already. It's 42 minutes late. I woke up late. They've been on a late schedule. On the beam, fireplace room, 2nd floor. Something's on top of the beam. We took that picture already. Lit garden lantern. Weren't these for talismans? I think I am going to take that break to feed the cats and like realign my... I just can't remember where I left off yesterday. I'd prefer not to spend like 2 hours like walking around. I've already spent probably 45 minutes doing it. So, geez, what do I got? We could do Meet TV. It's been a little bit.